Court dismisses Seungri's arrest warrant.
I fully support this decision from the judge.
Why?
We'll find out later.
Oh, okay. I
Keeping the
don't know.
tension.
Okay. Keeping people triggered. That's what we're here to do. Welcome to YouTube's favorite K-pop show, DK News. My name is Danny Kim.
David Kim.
And today
we have
lots and lots of tea. We are back from our vacation / fan meet trip
in LA.
And it was great. But we have news to cover for you guys today.
First on, the trainee named Yoon Seo was kicked out of Produce 101 and JYP. And second, K-pop idols are under fire for illegal parking.
Oh,
and
I
a lot
hate
of
those assholes.
Road behavior.
And last but not least, Seungri is dismissed of his arrest warrant. And people are freaking pissed. But before we go on to the news, I just want to give a shout out to our own Instagram. We made an official Instagram account.
And have been never promoting it
So there you go. At DKDKTV. It's at DKDKTV on Instagram. Just go follow us. And we have good content for you there too.
First news. So trainee called Yoon Seo was on Produce 101. Do you watch Produce 101?
Honestly, I have lost interest after like the second season.
Me too.
You know, after like the second season, it's like the same shit over and over again. So
right.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
I'm actually wondering where all these trainees come from. Like 100 each season. It's called Produce X 101 right now. And they're like doing the new series. And I've seen on the news that they have the highest TV rates.
What?
Yeah, they have.
People are still interested?
So there was a trainee called Yoon Seo. He was ranked #1 on the first episode ever.
Oh, wow.
Part of it is because he's from JYP, and usually like JYP trainees like Jeon So-mi, like they always get the spotlight in the first place. Like
there's a reason why they're in
in the big three. There's not a lot of big three trainees. So he was very popular, and fame is followed by shit.
I never heard that comment.
I just made it up, but I'm experiencing it these days. A lot of people tried to expose him on social media, saying that there were people that lived in the same region with him. They were witnesses of him doing a lot of bullying and illegal underage drinking and smoking, and they exposed all of that and said, you name Yoon Seo by his real name in that region, everyone would know who he is.
He's like a famous
he was
bully.
Like Iljin.
Oh, I hate those people.
And JYP, you know, is famous for like its moral grounds and
they're very ethically sound.
Right. They decided to release Yoon Seo and terminate his contract because he just doesn't simply fit with the company. And obviously that led directly to leaving Produce X101 as well.
So he's basically has his career done.
Yes.
I'm gonna say.
Yes,
you know?
but that's gonna be left for the debate section a while. Mnet is a very good editor, and they wiped out every existence of him. And the netizens are like, oh my god, Mnet is so good at doing their job.
I would hate to be the editor.
I know, and they're like praising Mnet so much because like he was #1 in the previous episode, and how do they like make it all natural?
I mean, like he must have been at the center of the spotlight at the filming, and then like they just wiped his existence out.
And meanwhile, after this whole shit show, he came out on his own social media apologizing, saying that he was very young, he didn't know what he was doing in the old days. He will not try to deny or refuse his past. If there's anybody in pain because of his past behavior, he is truly sorry, and he does not seek forgiveness, but he's trying to apologize to his company and his staff from Produce 101 and everyone. So that's basically it. It's not like a big issue, but it kind of grew big because like Iljin, like bullying and stuff like that is pretty.
It's a very serious issue
in Korea these days, I think. So the debate question is like, should he be given a second chance? Like you just said, his whole career is just gone.
This is a very philosophical question. Like, can a man be? Can a person that's like
be given a second chance,
or
and
can he be bettered?
I just want to mention something. The third agenda we have today, the third news, is maybe kind of related to this as well.
I mean,
the magnitude of it is
quite
pretty different,
yeah.
but
People deserve a second chance?
in the K-pop industry when they've like messed up in the past. Like for his case, like for this debate for Yoon Seo, do you think he deserves a second chance?
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. No.
Oh, really?
No. Okay. What's your argument?
Bullying and violence can never be justified, and I'm sure these students who have been bullied would be fully traumatized. And I've been bullied myself, and I still remember like bad memories about that bully. And like, I don't want to defend anything about bullying and anything, but nevertheless, he was young. And by the law, like young people, like juvenile, we have all those kind of stuff, and they don't know what's right or wrong.
They're not mature.
Yeah, they're not mature.
They make stupid choices.
They make stupid choices. About alcohol and smoking, I think they could be given a second chance, but bullying is kind of severe. But at the same time, if he sincerely apologizes, like if he shows his sincerity and he actually goes to the people, I don't know if you can find them or not, but anyways, he just stays low for a while, and you know, like I'm not promoting staying low, but like meaning in 자숙, meaning 자숙,
like come back.
meaning 자숙.
Okay,
you know what 자숙 is? Like I don't know what
our editor will put it in. I don't know.
자숙 means this. I mean, it's a needed action. You don't.
How old is this dude?
I don't know, like around 19 or 18.
It's your
I guess.
story.
He's not that old.
He's very young.
Yeah, he's very young. So I think it's a little bit too harsh on him to like totally delete and cancel his whole career for the rest of his life. One last thing. This is not right logic, but the fact is, like, much older people in their, like, prime did worse shit, and they just come back after people forget. And, like, people going so hard on him, like, he's just, like, 19 or 18 years old, and he's like, oh, you will never step foot into the K-pop industry. You never come back. You're, like, your life is totally I mean, that's a little bit too harsh. So, I'm just giving him, like my 2% of pettiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. If you're bullied, like at a young age, like a lot of kids are, that's a very traumatic experience for them. I know. That could potentially fuck up an entire person's life.
Right.
Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, it could ruin somebody's life.
I think it does.
It does to a lot of people. Once they're told, like, okay, you're my 빵셔틀, like for example, like that's what we call people that deliver the bread.
Yeah.
Like they buy bread
from the store
and deliver it to the bullies. They have this thing called 빵셔틀. If you're like shit like that for like a couple of years, then like that mentality gets in you, and you're like, okay, I'm only this small guy who's like just a fucking slave to the bully. I don't know, the exact details of what this kid did in school other than smoking and drinking, which I think is the least of the problems, honestly.
Right.
Like smoking and drinking,
like,
I could give that a pass. Like, kids do that all the time, and it's like, they think it's cool. Like they see it in the movies and it's like, oh, I want to try smoking, I want to try drinking. But bullying somebody, you've potentially ruined many people's lives way through their adulthoods, potentially. And I think like now he realizes that's a problem. Like after all this, like after his career's fucking ruined, now he realizes that's a problem. Well, it's too fucking late, boy. That's what I think.
Okay.
It's too fucking late.
You have a point.
My mom's a teacher. She's a middle school teacher, and she's actually in charge of counseling with a lot of the students. So a lot of students come to her that are bullied. There was a very unfortunate case where like a few weeks ago, this kid committed suicide because of bullying. And these are very common cases in Korea. And I think I've seen like my mom go through the funerals and stuff like that. If you see that, like right by her side, like it's really difficult to defend bullies in any way. And while I do think like people do deserve a second chance in their life, I don't think he deserves a second chance in the entertainment industry, especially as an idol, because an idol is supposed to be what kids look up to. And being a bully is not fucking okay. Go fuck yourself in the ass 500 times.
Okay, I kind of got convinced. Well,
That's my UN speech, man. Mic drop.
Yeah. I kind of had the same like stance and perspective in the first place. I was speaking more in a general perspective about like having a second chance.
Okay.
But hearing the particular points about like being a K-pop idol in the entertainment industry where like young people look up to you and you set an example and you live off of people's fame, like in that perspective, maybe being a bully in the past is like a fatal like flaw.
Take
like,
some other f***ing job, like go cook some. Like,
yeah,
ramen.
exactly.
Go make a ramen
You
shop
have
or
other
something.
options,
You know, like
I guess.
don't step a f***ing foot
Okay,
in
so
the entertainment.
my
industry.
bad. I was convinced. I
Yeah.
think he should not deserve a chance.
I won.
It's not about winning.
Next
news.
news.
So a lot of K-pop idols, we don't know who they are, but they are under fire for illegal parking and vehicle behavior.
More assholes.
Yeah, a lot of assholes.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
usually the assholes who make the teas. Did you see Busaneng?
No.
You did not see Busaneng. He does not.
I don't want to be anywhere near anything related to Busan.
That's
Except
not
for
the
David.
point. Like you did
Okay.
not see Busaneng, you
Train
did
to
not see the
Busan.
Avengers, you did not see
No.
Game of Thrones.
I see. I watched Rick and Morty.
Guys, if you have seen Busaneng
Uh-huh.
and there's this like evil person you want to really like, oh fuck, I want to punch him,
Yeah.
guy. You all know him, I'm sure you know. And he's an actor called Kim Ui-sung.
Okay.
He's actually a real cool
Yeah.
dude. Anyways, this actor called Kim Ui-sung actually called out the whole K-pop industry, or maybe like just some idols, because he was walking by the MBC building. And it was a Saturday, and they were having the filming for show Music Core. And you know, like a lot of idols come to perform.
Yeah.
They have to park in the parking lot of MBC. And this actor was walking by, and he spotted like the vehicle vans of idols parked in the handicapped parking space.
Oh fuck! More assholes.
So-
Like, seriously, I hate those.
Oh,
Assholes.
really?
Yeah.
So he like decided to expose these people
Good
and
on him.
took a picture of these vehicles and posted it on Facebook saying that I know it's a Saturday, I know public parking is not allowed on Saturdays, but still, nevertheless, don't you think the parking spaces for handicapped people should be remained empty with no exception?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I don't even fucking agree. Like, it's common sense.
Yeah.
It's the fucking law.
Yeah, and then he went further on saying, if I see this behavior next time, I will actually film the license plates of the cars and expose who was in the vehicle, and I will report that person to the police. So after this, actually the K-nets were kind of divided.
Really? Divided on this?
Yeah. Some people were saying, I mean, it's a Saturday, it's a media corporate company's parking lot, nobody's gonna go inside there. And
no disabled people are gonna go into.
And
disabled people stay at home on Saturdays.
that was like a very few, but a lot of people were kind of focusing on the fact that he was trying to expose the license plate and who the idols were. And they were like, nevertheless, that he shouldn't like take a picture of a license plate and like expose it on the social media. And the other people were like, no exception. Parking spaces for handicapped, like they should always be left empty.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened for this case. This is not the end. So another idol member from a very big group.
Oh, I think I know.
Which is very famous. I'm not going to name the group because I don't want to get into any trouble. And this is related with the debate topic we're going to have.
Okay.
The idol member and manager was exposed for illegal parking, again, by a comedian named Jung Yong-guk in an SBS radio show. He appeared on the show and told his own experience. Apparently, he has his own restaurant or like store. This van just parked right in front of his store
Illegally.
It was not a parking space, and this comedian went out to say to the manager, this is not a parking space, could you move it to a proper parking space? And the manager said, oh, it's fine, we'll just get fined. And then went into the restaurant and enjoyed their meal happily and very proudly, manager and the stylist and the artist. So that's what happened, and he told this story on the radio. And you know what happened?
What happened?
The fans of this artist came for the comedian, saying that why did you have to pinpoint someone who should apologize?
Why?
And he did. He apologized. Oh, I wasn't meaning to cause any harm. I'm sorry if I was like unintentionally defaming someone. I apologize to the person. And netizens were like furious. Why do you apologize when this manager did the illegal stuff?
And it's a huge asshole move, like saying like, okay, I'll just get fined. Like I'm just blocking the fucking entryway to your business and your venue, but I'll just get fined. Like f you. So here's my thing. If you do an asshole move, well, you better get ready to be exposed because Like,
Oh, wait. That is
Okay,
the debate
okay,
question.
okay.
Do these celebrities need to be exposed?
3, 2, 1. Oh, we're
I
having
don't
a
know.
good debate today.
Wait.
This was not staged. We're having a good debate today.
This is really hard, but
Okay.
I'll do a triangle. Can I do a triangle?
Okay, fine, do your triangle.
Okay.
First of all, if you do an asshole move, be ready to get your ass exposed. Nobody's taking shit from you. Like, seriously,
Who the fuck do you think you are parking in the handicapped space, parking in front of a fucking, business illegally? Like, nobody wants to take your shit. Nobody's fucking interested in who the fuck you are if you're parking in the handicapped space.
you're getting your ass exposed, and that's that. I've actually experienced a lot of celebrity vans. We call them
really?
Star X's,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, they have this specific model that a lot of celebrities use. And these vans, a lot of them drive super recklessly.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking hate them whenever I see them on the road because they're either A, illegally parking on some fucking small alleyway. This is very common, right?
Yeah,
you see
I've
this
seen
all the
that.
time. Like, they
Right.
just
Have the emergency lights on. Like,
All because of the reason that they're on a very tight schedule.
I don't give a shit about your tight schedule. Like, that's the
I
thing.
mean, they're
like,
jeopardizing other people's safety, like
Yeah,
on the highway.
exactly.
They're like, there's also cases of them like speeding so much and they end up in an accident and like kill.
Ladies Code members died because they were speeding and shit like that. Like, I know you guys are on a tight schedule, but that doesn't mean you're above the freaking law,
I
you know? Like, and you're putting people's lives in danger. And I see a lot of the times when I go on highways, these vans, they just cut in front of you and just like drive super recklessly, super fast. If you're doing that shit and putting people's lives on the danger, and if you're like just being an asshole on the road, well, you better get your ass exposed. Like, that's just like, that's the way it works.
The reason I did a triangle is because I basically agree on what he said, like ditto whatever Danny said. But at the same time, like in a legal standpoint, for journalism, I think it's okay. But for like ordinary people digging up other people's privacy and like filming license plates and putting up on social media, first of all, legally they'll get in trouble. Like, don't do that. Leave it to the journalists and like the reporters. And also, if the person should be exposed, it should be by a handicapped person who was unable to get into that space, or the store owner. Like, they would have the right to like actually expose and go full on them. But like just a passerby, this guy is on a parking lot, I'm gonna expose him, and filming the license plate and like spreading it on social media. I mean,
people just hate famous people. If you see somebody you hate doing an asshole move like that, it's just in human nature to want to expose them. And I honestly think like that's bettering the society. These people have a lot to risk. These famous people, like things that they could potentially lose over like
they need to feel the fear, the actual
a mere
fear.
thing like parking in a handicapped zone. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are parking illegally in the handicapped zone, but if these people get called out, then it's like news. So I think this is doing good for society.
Okay, I agree. I agree, but just don't do it yourselves because it's gonna cause you legal problems.
If you're not Korean, honestly, like the chances of them suing you for
defamation, foreigner. You guys
totally
can do
okay.
it.
So if you're visiting Seoul or if you're visiting Korea and you see something like that,
expose the shit out of it.
Expose the shit out of them, because the chances of you being sued for defamation is very, very low.
Do it.
Post that shit.
Expose
For us. Because we can't do that
if you're
shit.
Korean, like,
No,
don't
be
do it.
#
Yeah.
We're gonna be quiet.
Okay.
Next news. Last news.
Second
court.
chance.
Hashtag second chance. Hashtag assholes. This is a trend today. Court dismisses Seungri's arrest warrant. On May 14th, the Seoul Central District Court announced that they had dismissed the requested pre-trial arrest warrant for Seungri, as well as Mr. Yu, who is the partner and CEO of Yuri Holdings.
Right.
According to the court, they said that there is room for dispute over their alleged embezzlement, and there is very little concern that they would destroy evidence. So therefore, they have dismissed the arrest warrant. So right now, Seungri is being investigated for his allegations
of arranging sexual escort services for his investors, together with Mr. Yu, of course. And also allegations of embezzling about 530 million won, which is about $445,000 USD, from the club Burning Sun. And another allegation is Seungri buying sex, like prostitution, in 2015. There's more. Monkey Museum being operated illegally. So it was registered as a general restaurant, but they actually operated as a club, which you're supposed to register that as an entertainment bar.
It's basically tax evasion.
Actually, I saw on Twitter like, oh, maybe like it was a mistake. No, it's not a fucking mistake. Like when you register, like they come and check. So basically, these are the allegations that he's being investigated for. Now, there's a lot of confusion I saw on Twitter, like the dismissal of arrest warrants. Do you know what that means?
Well,
Oh, you were the police.
can I just give you some tea?
Okay,
guys,
okay,
for
okay.
like maybe a teaser.
Okay.
I fully support this decision from the judge.
Why?
We'll find out later.
Oh, okay. I
Keeping the
don't know.
tension.
Okay. Keeping people triggered. That's what we're here to do. So people saying like, oh, finally Seungri's innocent. Like, see guys, like he was innocent all along. And then there was the other people that are saying like, oh, justice in Korea is fucking ruined. And actually that's the general sentiment in Korea too. Like people are saying like, oh, justice is ruined. Like there's no more justice. Like the court is corrupt. Well, I think there's a huge misconception here. Like people are mistaking what the pre-trial arrest warrant is and what the dismissal of that means. So the pre-trial arrest warrant is only like really issued when there is actual danger of the convicted person destroying evidence
yeah.
or running away.
Fleeing.
Seungri, he cooperated with the police. He was questioned 18 times by the police over the past few months, and he was very cooperative apparently. So I think that accounted for one factor. Another thing is he's a very famous figure. It's very, very difficult for him to flee anywhere, really. So I think those two reasons were like the key factors in deciding that, okay, this guy does not need an arrest warrant. But the dismissal of the arrest warrant does not mean like the crime is light. It does not mean the crime is severe. It
means nothing.
It means nothing. It basically means he's not going to run away. But that doesn't mean he's innocent or anything. That does not say anything about the case itself.
So basically, Danny just said all my words. I support this decision because I don't think he has a chance of going anywhere at all. Like every single eyeball is going to be looking at him. He will not be able to flee anywhere. And the amount of investigations they've already done, and they've already revealed so many other facts, not facts, but like new allegations coming out. Sorry. Anyways, I think there was thorough investigation and it will still go on. As we said, the arrest warrant is just about whether you're behind the bars or whether you're outside. And
while waiting for your trial.
Yeah, while waiting for your trial, and the investigations go on, whether you're behind the bars or you're at home. That's the only difference. I don't know, maybe the evidence might get destroyed or whatever, but I think like after this time, if he would have destroyed something, it would be destroyed.
It already happened already, yeah. It would.
Yeah, so like there's no meaning in an arrest warrant right now.
I really kind of don't like the sheepish mentality that a lot of the Korean public has, and a lot of people have. They just see things like, oh, Seungri, he's bad, arrest him. Like, they don't see like the technicalities of a decision like this, where like he's not gonna run away. I understand the anger because they're just like, lock him up already. But it's like it doesn't work that way. We have
the law.
We have the law for a reason, because we don't want, the law to bend in other ways for different people. It's not fair. Right now, like this does not mean anything really. So guys, chill. Don't worry, guys. The investigations will go on.
For now, what has basically changed is that more additional allegations, and that's just it.
And people are pissed. That's basically it. Yeah.
More fury and rage on him.
Yeah,
so.
People are coming with pitchforks. There's nothing to debate there. It's just like a PSA.
Status. Yeah.
PSA for you guys. Spread this word on Twitter, because I hate to see people like mistaking this as like
either side.
As like a verdict.
Innocent,
they're thinking it's a verdict. Yeah, it's like he's guilty. He's
innocent,
not guilty. Yeah.
Guilty. No.
So, no, it doesn't mean anything. Go follow us on Twitter at DKDKTV92 and also on Instagram. And go check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/DKDKTV, where we do podcasts and reactions and lots of fun stuff. There's a Discord chat you can participate in. And until next time,
bye.
don't be an asshole.